Shout out to everybody here on this beautiful weekly candle close Sunday night. Bitcoin acting erratic. I told you it was bearish, and it was. Took a little dump ski today for some gain skis. Now we're looking right here for this inverted head and shoulder for Bitcoin. Looks like it could bounce right back to the upside here. Almost hit my target. It was very close. My target was 87,260. We went to 87,530 on the descending triangle call. Bounce back right now on this inverted head and shoulder. That's got a measured move. Get out of here. I was about to say. Right back to the upside. Look for that to push. Interesting times to be alive. BTC as we begin the TA right on screen. We're going to jump on in and see you in just a few minutos. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here on this beautiful Sunday night. Gorgeous here in Florida. Looks like it is snowing back up northeast. God bless everyone. Let's take a look. Bitcoin fighting its way to 88,550. Can it continue out of that inverted head and shoulder that we were just looking at there on weeks on the 1 minute time frame? Let's take a look. There still is that $95,000 bit of liquidity, which is crazy to me. I put out a short earlier today. I did make some gains. I was up, I think, over $1,000 at one point. I sold the trade for $450 on weeks. So blessings on blessings. This trade sold for $450, 11%. Entry at 889, sold at 884.31. And I told you, I found a way, just if Bitcoin can move $400 or $500, I can make $400 or $500. That's my idea, right? I figured out a way, what position size, that if Bitcoin can go up $100, I can make $100. That's what I'm looking for. Bitcoin goes up $2,000, I'll make $2,000. And then I can up the ante if it looks really, really good. Or it goes smaller if it doesn't look that good. I didn't think I'd even make any gains today on a Sunday, but it didn't look good. This morning when I showed up, right, I said it's short. I called short. I stayed short. I made money short. I'm back here again showing you what happened. It did get close to the stop and went up and down, but we never got stopped out. And we ended up making out the trade. So let's take a look at what's happening and see what's going down. Bitcoin, can it get a bounce here? Look at it, it's attempting a tweezer bottom here or something. I don't know. We're going to show you what I see happening for BTC. We're going to look at Bitcoin and that weekly candle close. I must realize that could be leg raise. Anyway, shout out to everyone here. We'll take a look at Bitcoin and the weekly candle close for you. See what's happening, see what's going down, and see where we stand. All right, so the first thing we're going to look at is the beginning, the middle, and the end. We take a look at that weekly candle close, double click, and just look at the weekly candle. Remove the moving averages for now, and spend some time holding, caressing, whispering sweet nothings into the ears of the weekly candle. So, we opened at 90, it's funny, it's below this wire, 90,395 and 33 cents. The high was 94,589 and 9 cents. The low was 87,600 even. And the candle would close at 88,157, down $2,238 in the week, down 2.48%. So Bitcoin would fall down today, and it would close a very bearish candle. Only thing about it is it has a higher bottom than this, and you can say so far this weekly tweezer bottom is holding support. So far weekly support is holding at about 86,500. That's the one thing you can say. We hit it. It's been 1, 2, 3 weeks straight. We have not gone below or closed the candle below 86,000. Shout out to my man, God is love. The candle closed. I finally won by default. Or not, I'll take it. You're funny. Yeah, I had to say, oh, well, you went longer than me? I don't have it in me anymore. I used to go hard, right? Now I'm like, so, the close. And I always look at the monthly too. So the monthly's back to red again. And like I said, we may get a monthly close just to kind of make the head, like we might have the monthly just kind of fill out the candle all the way down here, wick a little bit, close up. Then we could get the reverse of the right shoulder. It looks like a right shoulder's coming. I mean, very rare you would just dump like this, right? It could happen. It could be just we're outside of the channel already and we're just going to continue to make a flag and make our way down. But it just looks like you'd have a monthly right shoulder before a break to the downside. I could be wrong. I'm looking forward, but I'm open-minded. If it comes, we'll nail it. If it doesn't, then hey, we'll continue to short the market like today. Today was a nice day. Made 450 just sitting on my buttocks at home. And you can't always do that, right? That's not, so there it is. You do that 10 times, that's $4,500. You just got to not be greedy. Take a shot one step at a time. Shout out to Sean with the live check. God bless you, Sean. We love you, brother. We see you. We thank you so much. Haven't worn the brown in a long time, right? You guys know Mr. Brown suit. I really hope you're wrong. I'm 100K in BTC. At one point in your trading career, did you quit your job? Send a post about the yearly candle closing as a tweezer top. Yeah, exactly. That's another thing. Where's the 12-month? Yeah, that's a tweezer top closing on the monthly. That's not a good sign. I mean, on the yearly, 100% indecision doji. Kind of weird, right? Like, do we have like a couple years of pain now? Like Bitcoin just gonna have a blow off top next year? It's weird, man. I don't know. It's an experiment. I'm always open-minded here. So, one thing I want to show you, let's slap on the moving averages again and just take a look at what's happening. Bitcoin is attempting to start this next week bullish, but you kind of want a bearish dump and then, but it did give us a little wick and some bite back to the upside. We'll see. I don't have a lot of faith. That tweezer bottom tells me this will be a red candle, and I would look for this week to be red. That's what I would be looking for. Based on this candle close, it's telling me to look for a red week this week. Again, if something happens differently, I'll play it, and we will likely see it because I don't take a day off, but yeah. So I also see this as a bear flag. We talked about it many, many times. I went over it over and over again. I said this candle, this candle would have to be big vertical, or preferably it was this candle. But I said even this one might. But I said every time you do this, you have to assume you're making a bear flag, right? And that this is going to go lower. So I'm just being honest. I don't want to be the bearer of bear news. I don't, people cuss me out. Oh, look at that guy. He's so bearish. I own Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. I've been looking at Bitcoin since 350. Been buying it since $1,000. I've 100x the Bitcoin, 90x the Bitcoin, 88. So I've been in there for the long haul. It does look like somewhere in between 50 and 58,000 is going to be the bottom somewhere for BTC. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm seeing. Okay. The 3-day chart, I kept saying I'll, bend if it closes below the 200 moving average. It finally did that. This candle is now back below it. It could fight back above it, but that just tells me we're just, we're teasing with more and more bearishness. So it doesn't want to play the game, Bitcoin. That looks really ugly right there. It almost looks like this. This was the bear flag here. You've already broken out on the 3-day chart below the 200 moving average, right? And then here we are on the daily time frame, which looks like a shoulder, head, right shoulder, right off the bat. That looks like this is an upper trend line for sure. And a major resistance, that 93, and we could say the wicks to 94K, but yeah, 94,000 was just this, a no-no. Every time we tried to get back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there was this hope. Like, we looked like we'd get this surge. It would look pretty amazing, and then we just wouldn't be able to get back above 94,000. So Bitcoin, to me, I mean, that's also a daily bear flag. You're hugging kind of a higher low, but you broke that low. And then do you break down? My thing is this: you ever get back above 94, we long. That's why it's so simple. Bitcoin's pretty simple now. You stay bearish unless you break above 94,000. You break above 94K, you make a flag, the 21 touches on like the daily or the 8-hour or something like that, then yeah, that's a long. Until then, you're just taking quick scalps back to the upside of the channel, but I wouldn't go crazy, right? So this is our line in the sand here, 94,000. You get back above 94K, you have yourself a chance. 94 is 100,000 because you break back above 94, there's a chance for 100,000, right? You can gap up pretty quick to 103. You can see the gap. We were on our way, man. We were so close to that happening. You see? I had so much hope that we could just gap up there. Even if it was going to come down, I just wanted that gap back up to 103.8, 102.8, get the bot out, right? It was a massive big red at 12K when we bottomed at 15. Liquidity can be used as a dangling carrot. Yeah. 94 is too late for a long, no? Funny. I would know, in my humble opinion, if you have to get the aggressive bottom, you would call it too late. To me, if you're a patient trader waiting on low risk, it's a great entry, So let's do the hopium. This could be an inverted head and shoulder, and somehow, some way, Bitcoin could dig its way on out of here. I don't know how. That could be a low, a higher low, a third higher low, and like somehow, some way, we dig out. I'm open-minded. There's your hopium copium. For anyone that really needs to believe, there's your chance. All right? But you got to get today has to be green, like 8 till 8 p.m. tomorrow. you got to get a green Monday, which is tough, right? It does look like, these are falling wedges that want to break to the upside. You have been getting sold off for a while now. So there's a chance you come to the top of the range today. And, 2 12-hour candles get us somewhere back to the red line, the POC. It's good to long now if you want to gamble. If you get the better returns, but higher chance to get a loss. Exactly. I like what he said. Like, you have two ideas. You want to take it and get it in, right? It's up to the person. Like, but just know, like, if it's all about numbers to you, you'll get the cheaper price, but you'll get the higher risk. Okay. That's all. It's really simple. Or you get the better risk and the higher price. Look we are breaking out of the inverted head and shoulders. So far, so good. You want to be taking a look at that 1 minute 200 moving average. And look, by golly gee oh my, there is my signal. We're touching the 21 above the 200 in the flag. The flag is breaking out. This suggests you could get a reversal pattern to the upside here. Sunday night is tough, though. I would do is risk a little bit of what I made. So I made 450, right? I could risk 150. Get back to 90,000, right? Not a good idea tonight on a Sunday night. Should even risk like 75. I just want to see how I could set it up. Yeah, it's 1 for 280 and you got to sit there all night. I like the model though. But the weekend trading has been treachery. Sunday night is usually the worst night to trade. As a good example, I should shun the trade. Just as a good example, as like nay on the trade. I will not take you, trade. You are not a good trade. If you are a good trade, I would take you. But I'm not going to take you, trade. My good man, thank you so much. Nice to see you, my good man. Can we dedicate one night a year to regular close? I'm still bugging on the guy with the baby going down the ice. Not even funny, right? So funny the stuff we hear on this channel too, right? It's just crazy. Would be 8824 technically. I guess I could go to 175, 195. It's better off 8477. There's a chance there. Let's do the top down analysis. I'm already trying to jump into a trade. You can see I just love to trade. So the 12-hour suggests we could get a bounce off this trend line back to the top of the range. Just kind of, bum, boom, bum, boom, bum, boom, bum, bum. Hey, back up to the upside over here. Let's take a look at the 8-hour. It is oversold in the stochastics. You're kind of hugging. Would be a good place to go for the shorts that are attempting to, short the market. They would just get chewed up. Wow, remember when we were actually going to hang above the 2-hour 200? Yeah, right. Things looked almost bullish. And then you look back and you're like, what a mess. What a mess price action is. So that's my deal is you're likely to just come up, get rejected by, wow, you have a local resistance there too at 89.5. See it right there? On the 2-hour time frame, got to break back on the 1 hour. You got to break back above 89.5. 89.5 there, Bobby. Don't you know there, Bobby? Don't you know? If you ever watched Bobby's World, the mom was somewhere from the Midwest, Wisconsin. I think it was Wisconsin with the cheese there, Bobby. And so look, the 5-minute, you would look for the 5-minute to flag here. Attempt to get back above the 200, right? Same old story. On the morning, on the night, it doesn't matter. It's the same story. Okay. And you can see how like the collapse, So yeah, and then if you're bearish, to me, you'll continue to make some type of more like, see a descender triangle here. See, this is the top. That will be the bottom. You'll fill this out throughout the night and you'll roll over, right? The length of the base here back to the downside somewhere. So I am more bearish for Bitcoin, but there's a little bit of hopium right now that Bitcoin could get the bit of a bounce. So we'll see. No guarantees at all, but there's a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance over here. There's always a chance, Sammy. There's always a chance. Listen, kid, you just gotta believe. And anything is possible, kid. Low key, I'm bullish. New week. Santa pump. Hey, anything could happen. I'm conflicted. See bear flags everywhere. Take us to 74 and below. But it's unusual to see a deeper dump without testing the 200-day MA first. And MA sucking in retail on a dead cat bounce. Yes and no. I wouldn't put too much hope in that. Just come to the channel. Every day we'll go through it. Because the first thing that will happen is the 1 hour will break above the 200. Then we can figure that out. Hey, you know what? Maybe we're doing one of these. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. And we do get a breakout. You never know. If it happens, I'm going to be one of the first people to see it. Because we don't take days off, folks. We'll find out that boom. We'll see that explosion if it happens. And we'll even show you how to take advantage of it. And probably take it for a little bit of a spinny, if you know what I mean, over here. So get ready. Get excited. This is the channel that will empower you. Give you the information you need to nail it. All right. If you want to believe in yourself, if you want to push yourself, if you want to keep it moving, hang out and become a crypto lifer. Go to cryptolifer.com if you are one of the real ones. If you know you can handle it, if you want to get pushed, if you like tough love, if you had a dad that really pushed you, if you didn't have a dad and you like that mentorship, jump on in. Go to cryptolifer.com to find out more. All right. 193. See how it changes quickly and they'll try to get you to put in more than you want over there, Bobby G. So look, if this goes up, then we make 700. Why be so, if not, we end 350. So look, I did take the live trade because we're on the 21 above the 200, consolidating really nice. And so that tells me again, lower odds of this winning on a Sunday night. But come on, man. I think I lost the last two. Show me some love. Let's go with the probabilities, baby. There's possibly 50-minute accumulation Matic opportunity for a scalp long. Shout out to Crypto Scarface. God bless you. I don't know, Matic though. You don't even need that much DA for current action. Above 94 long, under 82 short. I love you, bro. He's spot on. I can't help but be extremely bullish on altcoins. I understand the macro. If this isn't the bottom for alts, wow, what a buying opportunity. But what if they're just not even worth it anymore? But I guess that's what people believe, right? That's when the best times come is when people think there's nothing left, right? Wow, the fear went back to 16, folks. I mean, yesterday was in 20. For it to drop 6 points or 5 points a day, that's hot. That's beautiful. That's a nice place to be. That gets me excited. Fear at 16 is where you want to be. You don't want to be buying in the greed. So to me, this is a good time to accumulate BTC. While everyone is in fear, everyone bugging out, these are great times to buy BTC. All right. Took the long as well. God bless you, brother. He bought. Dump it. Send it all the way. Make sure you have your orange phone for Bitcoin, all right? Of course. I'm looking at the chart for like 10 hours straight. I feel bullish in me right now. I love you. I've been staring at the charts all day. I feel it bullish now. Oh man, that's funny. I love y'all. Y'all know how to make it happen. I mean, it is a rising wedge. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time. I'd say it's getting tight. Very tight. The 3 minute getting above the 2 hour moving average. We're seeing the 3 minute get above the 2 hour. How come they always sound like this when they're doing soccer? He's coming up on the right flank. There he is. As a slide tackle, give him a green card here in the FIFA World Championship. Thank you so much for jumping on in. My name is John Dringle. I'm here with Billy Googles. with Billy Gostein. or there's always a guy, English guy, right? With Scotty Hill, talking about the soccer game here. Welcome to the Premier League. Here we have Liverpool. So there we're getting the bounce to the upside as suggested by the model. It's happening the way it's supposed to. I'm actually looking smart for now. Watch it just reverse in 2 seconds and dump in my face. But right now, I look like a genius. I'll take it. Let's end the show right now. And we can say, wow, that guy's amazing. And then no one will know anything else. We'll stop at this green candle. We'll call it a day. Last trade of my life. I'll never trade again. I'll pull it up. I'll take profits here. I'll never trade again. I'll be known as the guy that nailed it. What? What's wrong? I meant accumulation schematic. Amen. Yeah. Your weekly TA mentioned that this would be a bad time to DCA and alts, but let's take H bar. It hasn't dropped in my low. So far for me, it would be a good time to DCA, right? Or could it go lower? Silver tuning up, long and strong, baby. Let's take it all the way to the upside. Build me to Valhalla, folks, on a Sunday night. Let's rip back up to 90K. Show these shorts who's boss here. 95,000 still on the table here on Bookmap. We might get the chance for Bitcoin to get all the way back up there. Welcome, my name is Bobby John. I am from Liverpool. Massive green candles for Bitcoin on the pump. Hey, a bit of a chinwaggy. So Bitcoin getting the move. I told you he was going to pump it before the show. Hey, both DCA now, but get a little lower. Yo, I told them to pump this thing. Whenever I go live, I say, if you don't pump it off the 21, above the 200, I'm not going on YouTube no more. So what Google did, they was like, all right, the guy makes a good advertising. We got to keep it moving. So they called Willie Woo. They said, Willie, we need liquidity when Sam goes on the live. It just helps the stream. The guy's been going forever. We can't stop. We need the AdSense. We got to make it happen. When he loses on stream, it's not good for business. We need Sam to win. So they conspired for me to pump. And so what happens is every time I come live, the price pumps. So it just is what it is. Okay? I've worked into the system. I'm so much a part of the system that they have to let me win now. It just doesn't end. Okay? Did the weekly close happen already? It did, man. It did, my friend. It did, my friend. When it moves, I simply pan out to show myself just how minimal it really is. I want the bottom of that April 8th wick. You may never get it, laddie. So there we have a nice pump back up for BTC. Let's go. Let's go. We know you're an insider. That's the greatest trader on earth. Hi, Sammy. You're funny. Leverage, yeah. Shout out to C Money X32. Is that you, C Money? Is that the real C Money or is that G Money? I can't tell. We're going to the CME gap, up or down. Don't you stress a CME. You just sit put. You just sit tight. Right where you, yeah. You sit tight, yeah. Sit put. You sit tight. Where's put though? You sit put? What the heck am I saying? Out of my mind right now. So here we go. The king of 3% yet again. Sammy Beans. Let's take a look at the bigger picture here. I don't know why. Let me get rid of that. It's annoying. We don't care what Scaramucci says over here. So look, I called the short earlier today. Even this flag to the downside, that was the measured move. Isn't that crazy? I even circled it for you, 87.7. We wicked all the way down a little lower to 87.5. Trade was in the money. Trade was in the money. It's weird. Hold up, though. Hold up. Something ain't right over here. This doesn't match my trades. Are we going, hold up. All right, it makes sense. Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, wait. Whoa. Yeah, we went to 87.5 on the low. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Yeah, what a nice dump ski. To the down ski, man. And so that was the trade given this morning. Here, 87,254 was my target. We got pretty dang close. You know? So, shout out to anyone that did take that short. It did not get stopped out. I gave it to the trading group. They came up a little bit, ripped it back down, and then they dumped that puppy. So it was a successful short in the trading group. So, I went live this morning, saw a short, called it. We stuck to our guns. Wow, Bitcoin getting a massive pump to the upside. Shorts getting squeezed. And look at that. Look how we saw it. Look how we broke it down for you. Even this slight entry there of 27%. Wish I put 100 grand in there. Oh my goodness. What a nice move to the upside. Now we take a look at how that 5-minute 200 moving average. Okay. A little too far for the 21. I see what's happening though as we get tight. Anyone take some gains there? You guys probably go harder than me. I wouldn't be surprised. People made a freaking week's pay off that move over there. I mean, that is the base of the triangle. That's all you should be getting on a Sunday night. You take the base of the triangle, and then you even sell 70%. I mean, that's it. What else do you want? If I can find a shape and get the measured move of the shape, I mean, that's it. That's beautiful. Nice pump for Buckcoin there. Nice pump for Bitcoin. Yeah. He's pumping it on his second computer screen. You're funny. Yeah. Account stopped out at the top of the 1 minute. $500. Who made gains right now? Put a 333 if you made gains right now on the live stream with the lifer. Dude, I did it during the Fed day. I did it on Tuesday. I took $5,000. I did it today, the call that we gave on the short, and I did it just now. That's crazy. That's 4 calls in a week. And then I've made more than that, I'm pretty sure. But that's 4 calls publicly made this week. Come on now. Who does it better for you, huh? Who puts more calls out live than the lifer, man? Seriously. Who puts more live calls out? Anyone? Anyone watch other people? And I shouldn't compare, but who puts out more live calls, man? We made $5,000 on Tuesday. I made $800 during the Fed day. I called during Fed meeting. I went live twice. The second stream, we nailed it. And I called the short this morning. We're in the money tonight. I showed you that I sold it for gains. I could have made like $1,500. I was up way more, but I didn't take the wick. And then we made another trade right now. But so far, this trade's kind of whatever's. Not amazing. I would even move the stop to break even on this shadiness. I'm not really, trying to catch the bottom here. I'm just trying to catch a quick scalp. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's why not being greedy, I'm able to figure it out. When you're greedy, it just doesn't seem to work. So. Oh no, I just heard the camera flip off. It does that sometimes over here when it's been too hot. When it's been on too long. Then I got to turn it on and off completely. I'll get it. Show me the money there. We're back on, baby. We're back on. Shout out to anyone that's still in the trade. I'm still in the trade. We'll see where this thing goes. You know what I mean? Let's find out. And let's take a look if there's anything kind of following Bitcoin right now in the last hour. Aerodrome back to 57. What a sad case, Aerodrome, man. Oh, man. VeChain, a penny. Zcash, Algo, 12 cents. Worst performing coins in the game. Ondo, 44. Cosmo, $2 for Atom. Chainlink, 13. Ether, 5. Bonk, all of it. Oh, my gosh, what a mess. So, yeah, I mean, just not amazing at all. And nothing crazy. In the last 24 hours, MyX Finance went from 3 to 322. Hey, better than nada. Canton CC, that's actually been on my radar. Seemed like it might have bottomed. There might be some movement there. Hyperliquid 29. I always look at Hyperliquid because it's kind of like, and Sol hugging that $130 level. But what's, wow. And so that weekend slump, really, you can see all coins just taking a beat down, either sideways. They got the Fear 27. I don't use this Fear and Greed Index. I use the one at alternative.me, friends. That, to me, is the better one. All right? That's kind of what you need. If you want to join my trading group, go to CryptoLifer.com. Hit the subscribe button. We have a basic monthly, quarterly, or an annual package. Jump on it today. I'm there every single day, constantly. If you want to learn, if we do go into a bear market, what a great year to get your skills up ready when things start to change. You know what I'm saying? All right. Yeah. So blessings on blessings. Awesome. All right. Yeah, so that's the thing. Get the education now, because if you don't get the education now, then you're going to be scrambling yet again when the market's hot. And you're going to be like, damn, I should have figured this out when the market wasn't so crazy. Like, look, there's a bear flag to the downside. You got to short when the 21's below, when you're making a flag, the 21's touching below the 200, right? I got to do what I'm supposed to do. I always tell my students, like, I don't care if they wick me out. I got to do what I'm supposed to do. Chance there was a double bottom there, but the rejection. And then even what I showed last week, really, if we break it down, you can see there's a shoulder. Yesterday, sorry. There's a shoulder, head, right shoulder there. Okay. Now, whether this comes up or not, I mean, it's pretty lackluster. So, anyway, let's kind of refit the TA one last time there. I kind of moved it around, but let's just make sure we're all in tune. So, the first things first is we're inside of this channel. That's the number one thing that everyone has to agree with. For me, I felt like we lost the channel, like we're outside. I'm looking for the bearish retest now on the daily. In my opinion, you fell out. I mean, you lost the trend line. Some say, no, I'd like to keep it inside. I don't know, because then you can't even really, I guess you could touch them. But I'm also mindful that it could be a bearish retest. Like if this starts to just fall off, like, and the daily, 3 green, red candles. I mean, that's bearish. And you can see there's a daily resistance right there, 89,150 now, because there's bounce, where you got to get back. That's a resistance area. And then you would come back to 86 and then to 84. So you can see the areas that you're playing with, okay? And then if you lose 84, I mean, there's the leg right there. And just like Bitcoin made the leg up, it makes the leg down, right? And that takes you to $68,000 BTC. So yeah, I'm looking for Bitcoin to hit somewhere between, I'd say $65,000 and $71,000 for sure. Like without a, So to me, it says yes. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm starting to see for BTC, okay? Just tightness. And then right there, you can clearly see too, 93.5. Right here, resistance 2 at 101. So even if we're bearish, we might get a dead cat bounce here. That event, and we might, and this might take time. We might roll over till 28th of December. We could go sideways two more weeks before the actual real damage begins. So what we're trying to see is this: if we can just swing trade this week. That's all we care about, and make some gains. So to me, that's the focus. That's what we're looking at. We just got the pump this morning. Just now. Can we continue? It might be the morning for you this night, but can we get the pump continue is the question. All right. So just to clear the air, it's good to reset our minds and see things for what they are. And could this, inverted head and shoulder type of vibe here, as it kind of had a point. So now we look for this to right shoulder, some type of flag on the 15. You look for the 15-minute to come back to that 21. Make some type of flag. A sideways flag would be so much better like this. We don't know exactly what it's going to do, though. I call this the twisted sister. I put 2 patterns out and I look for it to take one. Whatever one it takes, it doesn't matter. As long as the 21 touches price and the Stokes are low, I have a pretty good odds that it could pump back to where the measured move is. So that's how I play it. That's how I look at it. And we go from there. Okay? So yeah, I would watch the 15-minute tonight if I was really stuck on price and he wanted to really find out what was happening and make a trade. All right? This comes back down to the 21. See if it can bounce off the 21. That's a nice little area there for a possible bull flag to bounce. Otherwise, it could just drop us. I might get stopped right out at break even. The key is not to care that much about money. The less you care about money, the more you could acquire it. Isn't that weird? The law of detachment. The key is to care about high frequency and high vibe and high energy. Money follows that. You keep your energy high, you keep your vibration high, money will just keep coming to you no matter what. It will not matter. Yeah. You can work, some people think it's as hard, the working hard is one thing, but manifestation with hard work is the second You have to use the laws of the universe to attract funds into your life in a way you wouldn't believe. In 5 years, you can live a different life. You could be on an entire different wavelength, and your entire bank account will show for it. You could be a completely different person. And it really is about identity. You have to believe you're now that new person. That's why shedding bad friends and moving on is a good idea. Like, say someone used to hang out with, I'm going to say I love motorcycles. But let's just say someone used to hang out with like one of those illegal motorcycle gangs. You know, their dad was in it, their brother was in it, they started hanging out. They go to jail, they come out, they relocate. They shave the beard, right? They clean up. Maybe they even laser off some of the tattoos. They sell the motorcycle. You know, they work, you know, they change their identity. That person could become some completely different, you know, with a whole new set of friends, a whole new change of life, a whole new way of life, right? That's supposed to happen. You're supposed to bounce off the 21-day moving average just like that. That's how this is supposed to work. This is supposed to go all the way to the target now at 90,152 and just make it. That's just how TA is, but, you know, that's technical analysis. It's such a beautiful thing. Once you believe you're somebody new, you can begin to live the life of that person. You know? It's funny, the money started coming into me. I remember the day I put on the three-piece suit during the live stream. And I said, this is interesting. You know, I was watching Dan Pena and these billionaires, right? And I'm like, they're all looking good. I put the three-piece on. I knew people were going to say something funny. I think someone said something. What is this guy doing? I dress nice and day after day, and now, you know, I get to wear, and what I like about it is I could wear a t-shirt and a hoodie every day. And someone said, where's the regular clothes day? I get it. But man, it's so fun to have a different, like, you know, for people like, what is he going to wear today? You know, I used to watch David Letterman. I still even watch, you know, I watch the football commentators. Every week, Bill Cowher's got on some new, you know what I mean? They always, you know, Michael Strahan. They must have, in their lifetime, must have had 400 or 500 suits, these guys. Right? And they get to professionally look cool all the time. So I said, why doesn't crypto represent just like all the, you know, ESPN? They look so fresh on ESPN. And what man doesn't want to dress, you know? So I don't know. That's the kind of whole point of the show. It's why I dress up, because it's just supposed to enhance the show. It's supposed to make it more professional, bring a little more professionalism to it. And I hope it does. I hope it does. We're looking for that big, you know, somehow we should get a big sponsor one day. We should get like, I guess we're worldwide syndicated right now on YouTube, but like maybe in some other huge way. Think about if someone put even more AdSense behind us and blew us up. Like they could probably, you know, anyway, it's all there. We have the foundation of consistency. Where else would someone want to invest? I want to invest in the most consistent companies in the game. So if I would go to invest in a YouTuber or expand in a business, I would bet, man, look at that guy. He's never taking a day off. I'll take you anywhere. Just tell me I'll be there. We don't need a plan. I like it. I'm prepared. It's our way. We'll stay there for the day. So, kind of a double top there right now. All right, we're up 27%. Can it continue? The highest the trade's ever been right now since we started it down there at 87,705. Or 88,705, sorry. That would have been amazing. 87, right? So, yeah. You kind of see what I'm seeing. I would watch your 15-minute for the longer time frame ideas. I think they're going to kind of propel us further. Wow, even this, look, about to hit the target there. 89,500. And again, just using the sauce. Just using the 21 and the 200 over and over again. I tell you, I teach you guys I'm a simple man with a simple plan. I don't want to make it too hard to figure out. Then how could people help? You know, how could people learn? All right. Stephen Curry all the way back to pass. All the way from downtown. Stephen Curry from downtown. Tom Brady back to pass. Yeah. Sam is pumping the market right now. Got to go on trade. You're funny. GG on the trade. Amen. You're someone big guy. Hey, I'm kind of a big deal over here. We need a lifer suit clothing line. I know. Dressing nice is the number one thing I saw, and man, I always respected. I guess it's just appearance, but it means psychology, something meaningful. Shout out to Alex Enkoff. Sam, what are your thoughts that over the years, Bitcoin has never gone below a major level of support of the yearly? At least 5 months of support or greater. I was shocked it broke through the 3 Sol sect. Interesting. When high volume and best time to trade. Johnny's, baby. Shout out to the Johnnies. St. John's. 2-week chart exhibiting bullish div. It is hidden bullish div. Yeah. And remember, we got the gold and Tesla trades too. As Bitcoin continues to rock out to the upside, I'm excited. Gold continuing to pump. 430.24. 4324. And we gave you the gold trade. We gave you the Tesla trade. We showed you could trade anything in any market in the world with the knowledge that I give you. That silver trade ripped to the upside, continued to pump. Wow. We just got to believe, baby. We just got to believe. Look at the gold trade ripping. Now up $700 on the trade. Now we're up $1,000 on these two trades. If everything goes right here, this is going to take an investment of $2,000. All right, and one of them is going to make $11,000, and the other trade is going to make $5,000. It's going to take $2,000 to $15,000. Imagine if you took $2,000 to $15,000. We're going to do it slowly, surely, bit by bit, patiently. Again, it's not going to happen overnight. We're not using tons of money. We're not, you know what I mean? And we are using a little bit of lev, 20x lev, to help us out. And we're going to turn this $2,000. All right, so far we have basically made 50%, right? We've turned $2,000 and we've made about $1,000 off of it. That ain't bad. Let's see if we can continue the move. We got to have patience and time, though, on our side. And we have to be in the right assets at the right time. Gold to 5,400. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. This is on BTCC. You can trade Tesla, gold, silver, U.S. oil, you name it, all with your tether. And then you can go right back to trading Bitcoin in the same set. You got to have a Bitcoin trade right here on BTCC. That's why BTC has the edge. Can't do this anywhere else. BTC China, baby. They've been here for a long, long time. 2014, never been hacked, no issues. Check out BTCC today. Stop playing games. Make it one of your backup exchanges. Sign up today, have it backed up and ready. I'm telling you, it's an amazing exchange. I have a link right there to BTCC. We make it simple and easy in the pinned comment to jump on in. If you want to trade where I just traded the Weeks trade, all right, that is Weeks. All right, we're live trading right here on Weeks, the We Exchange. It's for you, it's for me, it's for you, it's for all of us, it's us, it's we. It's the We Exchange. All right, and they're doing amazing things too. They got auto earn. Make sure you turn on the auto earn function on your Weeks account and auto earn on your tether. If it's not in a trade, you can auto earn on it. I believe even if it's in the futures account, as long as it's not in a trade, it'll grab it as auto earn. I could be wrong. You may have to move it into the funding account, but either way, they have auto earn. It's amazing. Look, it's making another flag now, 21 above the 200. This is exactly what you want to see. An ascending triangle, making the move. And this is that Sunday night volatility just going in the bullish way, back to the upside. Right? And let's see if we can get that move to 90,500 for Bitcoin. And get that bounce, baby. The thing I don't like about BTC is you can't do... what are you talking about? You could do... Yeah, but that's the thing. You want a limit order. Yeah, you don't make any sense. A limit is a limit. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm up 274 on the gold trade. Thank you, my brother. Hey, man. Little wins. Think about it. I want this little guy to gain a little bit here. And then each time gain a little more. And next thing you know, that's how... I know it doesn't... You don't believe me. But I started small and made it. It took a long time. You know? I made a few hundred here, 200 here. Then I started buying BTC. I bought 200 worth of Bitcoin, 350 bucks. I didn't have tons of money. I wasn't making millions of dollars. I didn't have some big paycheck. I just believed in Bitcoin and started buying it. And when people laughed at me, said I wasn't going to do it, I just kept doing it. I didn't care what people thought of me. I didn't listen to other people. I listened to what I had studied. I listened to the history of money. I bought gold and silver. I squared myself away. See, once I bought gold and silver, it basically separated me from most of my friends and family. They weren't going to buy gold and silver. So shout out to all my silver stackers. If you're a silver stacker, you were turned on early to the fact that you knew the dollar was not your friend. I love the United States. One up by land, two up by sea. I'm an OG, born in Boston, the Freedom Trail, all that. Like, I am a diehard American, blonde hair, blue-eyed American. I love this country with all my heart. And you could be a brown-haired black guy, a brown-eyed, black-haired American. I don't care. American is American. I don't give a damn. My whole point, my whole point is this, is I love this country with all my heart. I'll do everything I can for this country. I work 7 days a week for me and for this country. Right? That's for the American GDP, baby. Nice little pump here for Bitcoin. We're getting in the action right now, tonight, on a Sunday night. And you never know what's going to happen. You never know when it's going to flow. You never know where it's going to go, baby. Just stay focused. Shout out to Bill Still. Shout out to everybody out there. What are your thoughts on this week's upcoming economic reports? Let's take a look and get ready for the week ahead. I appreciate you asking. At Forex Factory, let's saddle up, partners, and get ready for 14th to the 20th. So Monday comes on in, and what do we got? We got CPI for Canada, nothing for us. So tomorrow we're all right. They leave us alone tomorrow. Tuesday, we've got core retail sales month over month, non-farm employment change, red folder retail sales, unemployment rate. So Tuesday, 8:30, massive economic data. I think that could be bullish. Core retail sales month over month could be up a little bit. Right now it's forecasted 0.2, it could be 0.3. If sales are up, the market will pump a little bit. If unemployment rate is down, the market will pump a little bit. So look for those two things to come in. I think they're both going to be positive. That's my prediction. Wednesday, nothing. We're flat on Wednesday. Some FOM members speak, nothing crazy. And then we have CPI year over year. Unemployment claims again. So what do we have? The unemployment rate on Tuesday? Yeah. And then unemployment claims come in on Thursday. So Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30. Look out for massive data. CPI year over year, unemployment claims, Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, core CPI month over month, and CPI. That'll definitely have a huge effect. I do still see those as coming in bullish. Forecast lower than the previous is the unemployment claims, and I see that's going to come in again. A lot of people taking up quick work for Christmas. A lot of extra jobs out there to fulfill, Amazon, retail. So, and then retail sales and GDP, but nothing else after that on Forex. So Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30 are going to be our big days. A lot of information coming in at those times. Just be careful and focus. All right. Big trades, baby, big trades. Bitcoin absolutely doing damage. That is a beautiful move. Looks like it's going to continue to rip to the upside. Take names and kick bot. So there's my signal doing exactly what it's supposed to and showing the world how I trade and why. I love it. Thank you. I said, the last two lives, I said, you got to help me win one. You can't keep making me look stupid, man. You got to make me look smart sometimes. I trade probabilities, and the probabilities make me look smart. I thought about it the other day. I know things are 68%. I trade them in front of the world, and I hit them 68% of the time. People think I'm a genius. Look how smart that guy is. That's that smart trader. That's that rich trader guy. All I do is take probabilities that make sense. If they don't make sense, I don't take them. If they make sense, I take them. Remove your emotions from the plan. Remove your mind from the plan. Always use a stop loss. Every single big loss I've ever had. Every time I haven't been able to show, myself to win, it's because I didn't use a stop loss. I'm telling you right now, every single time I didn't use a stop loss. I paid a heavy price for it, friends. It gets addicting. Don't do it. Don't keep losing. Not good. We have lots of seasoned workers going on. I can't read that. It happened so fast. Yeah. I'm born in East Boston, Mass. I'm here. Love you, bro. Huge help. Hey, shout out to you, man. I used to go to Maverick Square. My first girlfriend lived like a couple blocks from Maverick Square. Gina Petrillo. You might know her from East Boston. He's like, hey, that's my wife. So funny. Yeah, it's funny, man. There is the pump for Bitcoin doing DiMaggio. Dimash cheese back to 90K. Can we get the move? I'm looking at 90,154, the target for Bitcoin. Sam, what are your thoughts on U.S. oil chart? I'm seeing Adam and Eve on the daily. And we could trade that right here too. We can trade that right here, U.S. oil on BTCC. Let's take a look at U.S. oil. I see what you're saying, kind of an Adam and Eve here, rounding out. Thing is, if the dollar continues to go down, then oil should be going up in value. And if gold goes up, gold and, I never actually looked. We should look at the gold and oil chart. Are they very correlated? They'll give you a lot of information. They must have just started trading this in August, so you can't get tons of info on it. Kind of a double bottom there, kind of an Adam and Eve. I don't know. About to say, I can't get the 4 hour, yeah. Let's look at it here on my bigger charts. Nice pump for Bitcoin. 15 minutes getting far away for the 21. That's eventually going to have to come back or flag out. Maybe it goes all the way to the 21, but eventually it's going to come back to that 20, to the 200, I mean. But eventually, or to the top of that channel, 90,000. Where's the least amount of money to swing trade big caps like Bitcoin? I don't know. You can use, it depends on the person. I can use $200 at 10x leverage. It all depends. Yeah. What you sipping on, Sammy? I'm sipping on a lemon spindrift. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't had a drink in 4 years, man. A lemon spindrift is what I'm sipping on. Keeping it real with myself. You know how I do. You know how I do, homie. Back away. Step off, yo. Don't trip. Homie, don't trip. Sam, play some Boris Brejal. Let's get pumped. You're funny, man. Leverage of course. I would have to follow your trades for sure. One step at a time, man. One step at a time. Little by little, we demo trade. We make it happen. Little by little. Crypto Scarface. There's a possible 50-minute accumulation on Matic. Opportunity for a scalp long. I'm an accumulation schematic. Thank you. Yeah. Accumulation schematic. Yeah. I was about to say, because to bring up Matic at this time would be kind of interesting. I don't want to hate, but it'd be like, wow, that's, I still have to look at FKH, right? It just, why not? That flying ketamine finally did get a pullback. It was all the way up. Yeah, thank goodness. That thing kept, funny. Look at this. XLR is in this nice little flag. It's tripping a little bit, but it seems to be holding higher lows. It could dip. I don't have faith on a Sunday night. I'm very curious, especially altcoins. If I'm going to trade altcoins, it's got to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Right? And the next rate cut comes in at 74% chance. 75. They're going to play that game. But it's 100% chance, man. They're going to cut the rate. But they're going to play that game. So amazing. The trade went well, and it looks like it's going to continue to go well. That doesn't always happen, but I'm happy when it does. Shout out to anyone that trades with me. If you want to learn what I learn, I teach class the last Saturday of every month. You can hit the QR code to find out more. Jump on into class. It'll change your life. Okay? I know it will because it changed mine. And the stuff I know now, look, I'm making a live trade on a Sunday night. Added to the 450 I already made. From home. Making 650 from home. Most people would have to go out to a restaurant. I know people that work waiter. They make $300 somehow. Maybe a really good night. If it's a really high-end, good restaurant, $1,000 a night, right? Maybe $2,000 even. If it's a very high-end, like steakhouse in a rich neighborhood. Hey, maybe even $3,000 a night I've seen. But if it's a regular waiter at a regular restaurant that, charges between $15 and $20 a meal, and why is that blinking? How did I do that? Anyway, let's be honest. What, $200 to $600 a night, depending. Maybe a real good night here and there, a bunch of drinkers. Well, it's $300 a night. You have to go there. You have to sit on you got to wear the black pants. I did it. I wore the black shoes. I was a waiter. I was a busboy. Yep, I did it, folks. I did it. I did so many odd jobs. I was on a night shift, playing with computers in the TV space. Look at that beautiful pump for Bitcoin. Love to see it, and don't be greedy. I mean, these pumps don't, you're getting far away from that 21-day moving average and once you hit that 200 moving average, that's usually where you're going to want to start to sell. I'm going to move my stop loss into profit here because I'm not a greedy guy. I was just trying to make an extra bit on top of what I had already made. So look, I made 450, risked the 150 for another 350. Already have 200 of it. You see what I'm saying? Like, look at the size of these candles. And look, when you cross the 200 moving average, a pump. I go over this all the time to my students. We got on here when the 21 had touched inside the flag. I tell everyone the safest trade in your life, where I find has the highest potential to make money on any asset in the world. You can trade this on any asset in the world. I studied every asset. Think about how crazy the show is. I studied every single asset in the world, from Walmart to Bitcoin to oil to gold. I traded gold for like 6 years straight. Then I got to the Toronto Stock Exchange, traded, Great Panther Limited, traded all these funny little silver and gold mining stocks. From there, I took that knowledge and started trading regular markets. I started swing trading, speculating. And then from there, I found Canopy Grow Corp, speculated on legalized marijuana. Was able to make a good amount of money there in a couple trades. Had a nest egg that I finally had after busting my butt for 7-8 years of trading. Find Bitcoin when it's 2016, about 10 years ago, and then boom, the rest is history. My life started, and then I started buying Bitcoin, and then I kept trading, and now I've been trading for 20 years. And it's been crazy for me. I've been up and down. I've been through so much. I've lost so many times. I've lost so much money. It's insane. Everyone wants to be a trader, but I don't really know if you want to be a trader or not. I don't know if it's for everybody. It's for the adventurer out there that always wants to be recreating themselves, pushing themselves, finding more. But if you shy, if you don't want to find, if you don't like adventure, if you want a set schedule, we have set schedules as traders, but we don't have a set, it's what happens every day changes. Like if you want to like a regular life where you just work at the library or you make sandwiches at the sandwich shop. No, trading is going to change every day. It's always going to be something up and different, up and downs. There's going to be all these, but we can find our way inside of it all and make some gains. Wow, look at that huge wick back to the upside. I did not expect that. I was about to get stopped out and then poof. Trading will surprise you. Things will happen you never thought possible. When you don't use a stop, it'll come all the way down here and take you out of break even. Or you'll lose. You use a stop, it almost gets you and keeps pumping. It's crazy. The more I use a stop, the more I make money. It's not the other way around. Everyone thinks you get stopped out more. No, the more money you make, but you got to trade it at the right time. You got to have a system and a model. You can't just do whatever you want. You got to have a system and a model that makes sense. Got to backtest it. There is ways to backtest this stuff. There is science inside of the nonsense. Everyone says it's all risk. It's all rigged. There's no. It's all manipulated. But there is ways to win. I'm telling you right now. I should get stopped out of this. Please do. The 15-minute is just way too far away from the 21-day moving average. So now, beautiful gains. We hit the target. If you want more, go for it. I think it's greedy. I think it's smart to take some profits, but you do whatever makes you happy. I would pay the trader. I'd wait for the 15-minute to come back down to the 21-day moving average if this is going to continue tonight. Okay? And then possibly we get a V-shaped recovery right back to this mid-level. And then there's a chance that this turns into an inverted head and shoulder here. We go right back to the gap, and we end up back here at 92,000 somehow, some way. And then it's back to, can we break 94, and then can we get to 100,000? So I'm open-minded at all times. We take it one step at a time, but the bigger time frames do not look good. The 50-minute today actually tells a pretty big story, because if that makes a flag and we don't just go give it all back, then hey, we could evolve to some bigger moves. But only time will tell here for Bitcoin. I don't know for sure. And, can we get back above the 3-day 200 moving average? That's a very important signature there. Right now, we are back above that 3-day 200. That's like my last line of defense there for Bitcoin. So watch that bear flag on the daily. Looks like we can, the bigger picture looks like we're going to head back to the top of the range. We just need to find our way. We're kind of a quarter way there already. And we may pump through the night. Watch the 15-minute flag here for BTC. So I didn't want to keep, because if I keep going over Bitcoin sometimes, then I nail it, then I go over it, then I nail it, then I go over it, and it becomes like a spinning wheel. I want to end kind of what I'm saying so you can see, yes, that's what he says, right? Yeah. If you're questioning whether or not to get Sam's class, just remember, if you like what he does on stream, you're going to love the class. It's worth it, and it sticks. Thank you so much for saying that. That's very nice of you. Yeah. Going down to 74K, then we'll have the relief rally. And then we take here, too, at Bookmap, telling us where the liquidity lies. I mean, there's a lot of liquidity all the way back down here to about 83.6. But we still have 95,000 and even up there at 102.5. Right? 95 still is the darkest red on the board up there saying, hey, right? The daughter's way better today, but, you know, I had two friends in town. We grew up listening to Mobb Deep. They said, come out to St. Pete's. Let's go to Mobb Deep concert. They're my two long-term friends, too. I've known them for like 20 years. And I really wanted to go out with them, but my wife is sick tonight. She said, I'm super sick. I really don't want you going out. I can barely take care of the 3 kids by myself. And she was stressed out as it was. And I knew if I went out tonight, I don't know, but I felt bad not being there for my friends, too. I know I've never been there as a dad. Old friends come back from town. It seems like a big deal. You really want to do it. But then you don't know, like, you know. And you know your friends are going to call you a wuss and think that you canceled out early. But you got to do what you got to do, too, right? They're making it as hard as they can for people to make money, which is understandable. Yeah. How is Mobb Deep without Prodigy? I mean, they just do it somehow. They did it, you know. Bitcoin ripping. Love it. Good sell there for Bitcoin, too, as the 21 needs to touch back on the 5-minute. Look for the 15 and the 21. I think price will pump to the 200, but then there's going to be some rejection, right? Should I stop, Bitcoin, or should I continue? You do whatever makes you happy. I will never tell you what to do. Everyone, I'm going to jump on out here for the night, get a good night's sleep, get ourselves ready for the week ahead. Nice hour-long show tonight. R.I.P. to Prodigy. God bless him. I don't know how he choked on an egg. It still doesn't make any sense. Such a legend. But, hey, you know, shout out to Mobb Deep tonight. Raekwon out in St. Pete's. If you're out there, put your ones up for me. It's probably going to be a great concert. Anyone out there? I bet there's someone out there right now. I'm not streaming that. You know what? Yeah. You're doing right, mate. Get pissed and hungover. You're funny. I prefer to be with my kids. Amen. I heard the Fed just cut. Yes, the Fed did just cut interest rates yet again. 100%. And money is flowing back into the market. Look at this. Looks like we may get a move back to the upside here for Bitcoin. Wow, nice pump back up on that 1 hour. 1 hour had 3 green candles in a row, 3 white soldiers. A reversal pattern. Says this thing may continue further to the upside. I look for that 50-minute to come back to that 21. Even the 5-minute. Look for the 5 to come back to the 21. And that could be another beautiful entry on the night. Bitcoin. 89.6, the highest it's been since the stream started. With a nice reversal back to the upside for BTC. Wow. Wow. And hey, you know, every time people get short, they get squeezed, baby. And we saw the short squeeze at the beginning of the stream. We told you about the inverted head and shoulder here. Right? Remember? Like we started the stream with the inverted head and shoulder right here. Look. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. And then we showed you the 21 and the 200. And then this thing just continuing to go. Target is 90,005. Looks like it may just continue to pump. Take names and kick butt. Nice pump for Bitcoin. Love that. Love that. I'll take anything we can get here. Any type of bullishness. Yeah, it's not about how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. Amen. Thank you, Sam, for being such an inspirational person. I have a full-time job and run a business. Jump in the Discord every morning to catch a trade or two. 7 days a week, no days off. I love you, man. Thank you so much. I love hearing that. He's busy, but he likes the Discord for that extra sauce. Look at this pump, baby. Bitcoin just taking names and kicking butt. Ripping. About to go back to 90,000 fast. I love when 89 turns back to a 9. It's like, whew, we're safe again, right? I still would be careful. That 15-minute is getting just way too misconstrued there. Funny, I get too many charts out. Where's my chart that I left us with here? Wow, what a pump. So that's kind of off the table, which is nice. that projection, that bearish projection. It definitely broke the trend line. Yeah, so me, I'm still looking for the 15-minute to come to the 21. Maybe it pushes. Look at that straight line. It's just so crazy what Bitcoin's been doing lately. Like, just when it rips, it just absolutely rips. We just call the rippage here on the channel on the weekly close. You know, I showed up and we got the pump. How many times do I show? Bitcoin pumps every single time I go live. Not every time, but most of the time. All right. Another banger trade for the lifer. I know, right? Thank you. And we made gains again, everyone. Shout out to everyone who made gains with us tonight on the stream. Look for your 15-minute to hit the 21. I don't know how it might pump more and hit it. I don't care what it does. It might keep ripping. Eventually, the 21 will come to touch. It'll create a very beautiful entry. I'm telling you, I've back tested it. It's awesome. And it's going to be great. Gold ripping. Tesla ripping. Everything kind of doing what it's supposed to do. U.S. oil, I don't know about that trade. It looks weird to me. Put a 333 if you made gains on the stream that actually teaches people how to trade like on the stream. Like they made gains on the stream, you know? And if you want to give back, hit the links. Join Weeks, join BTCC, join MEXC. It's a great way to do that, all right? If you like the knowledge, give back, hit those links, sign up, create an account. Let's go. Get into the community. Go to the Discord. Do whatever. I got so much stuff for you, all right? I'm closing this one at 96K. That would be amazing if you do that. I love you for that. 89.8 for Bitcoin. All right. So watch this 21 on the 15. Look for us to continue. Maybe even make some type of right shoulder here. Be careful. We could come back right now and dump too. You know, just be careful. If the 1 minute loses the 200, we're probably going to go on more downside. So be careful. Look for the 5 minute to catch up with the 21 and not lose the 200 moving average tonight. That could be a really good entry on the 5 minute time frame. Asia buying for whatever reason. So I love you all. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. We take a look at that fan funding. Do you think BOG increases 25 crash Bitcoin to 50K area? No, doesn't make sense. Oh, the Bank of Japan? I mean, a lot of people are saying that. I think it's speculation. I think it's getting repeated by too many people. And too many people repeat the same thing, to me, it's just not viable information. You know? There's speculation that I think it could happen the opposite. I think people could get scared that their economy is going down the tubes. It could force them to buy more Bitcoin. Yeah. So I think it's the opposite of what people are thinking. But that's just me. Maybe I've always been a contrarian. Everyone, I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Bitcoin did hit 90K. Just got a little notification of that. I'll see you tomorrow morning bright and early. We'll start our trading week like we do, and we'll kick butt and take names. I can't wait. And we're going to show the world who the lifers are. God bless you all. Thank you so much. The secret to success is getting started. You got to start somewhere. You're not going to be great to start, but you got to start to be great, baby. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much. I appreciate you more than you know. You are amazing. You made this show where it is today. God bless. Hit the like button, everyone, please. The more likes pushes this show to the upside. I appreciate that. Thank you.